Hi everybody, my name is Tom Solid and I welcome you back to the paperless movement. I want to help you to go paperless and I will show you today what many of you asked me already. Actually, Tom, what is in your bag? What do you actually carry around when you are using your iPad Pro? What accessories do you use? And I will show you everything about this and also about this bag. Because if you think it's just a bag to carry around, don't be fooled. So that's the bag I carry around when I go to my day job. Hashtag no sponsored. That's just, it's from case to case different. Maybe there are things you need as well. You think, oh, this might be useful, and maybe there are things you don't use. But that's what I use on a daily basis. And let's just dive into it. And I will put all the links to all the stuff I'm showing you here into the description, so we can find out if it is something you want to buy too. All right, so let's start with the bag, with the outside stuff. I actually had this one before, okay? So I had this one. So there were just some problems with this. So there was no protection in there. And it was just this situation that I have this belt here where I can just have over my shoulder or just carry it around like this. And the problem is you have to close it with these knobs and so on. Not as good as this one because you can carry it around like this. You also got the belt where you can just, put on the side. And then you can just, take it like this. Then you can carry it around like this. However, there are times I don't want to carry around a big bag like this, especially if it gets heavy. You just put it in there, these things, so they're hidden. Turn it around. And now what happens, you can just take this thing out here. Isn't that awesome? So I can just transform the whole thing into a backpack. Perfect. Let's just put it on the back and see you next time. Just joking, obviously. Okay, so I can transform this. And this was a big reason why I bought this backpack, and it's not expensive. It's actually quite cheap for what it has on there. Also all the bags. And then once you open this bag, you have in the back of your bag, you actually have space for your laptop or whatever. You have a protection in there. So this is quite protected. And then you can close this, or you can just put in there, if you still use paper, you can put in a folder. So that's really a big bag here. So what else? Once you open here, this is the place where my iPad Pro is hidden. Yeah? So I don't know if you can see this properly, but let's take this out. I will explain this later why I have a bag in the back. And I have the pencil here, so it's just in there. The thing is, you might think, oh, this falls out. The thing is, once you close this, the pencil is long enough that it stays in there, even if you take it like a backpack or anything, it's not dropping out at all. The reason is why I have it like this is that I have my iPad in here. So let's just have a look into the back again. So it's called here Cool Bell. Yeah. If you open this, you see this. You see this the blue thing here? This is actually an extra protection. And it's perfectly sized for the iPad Pro. Okay, so it is now secure in there. Also the bottom is also protected. I have all the cables and accessories I actually use with my iPad Pro. So this makes it really easy to have everything in one place. What is in there I will show you in a sec. Okay, so if I open the side here, I actually have my AirPods in there. And I really love these AirPods. Some people told me, they are so awesome, I can't believe how awesome they are, blah, blah, blah. And I always thought, okay, these are just Bluetooth earpods, and what should be so special about it? And I tell you what, it is the best I ever bought for the iPad Pro and also for the iPhone. It's such a good piece of equipment and so well thought through that I really just want to give you a little insight in there. So the thing is, this case itself is actually a battery pack. So this contains a battery in here. So as soon as you put your AirPods into this bag, they will be charged. Just when this is empty, then you recharge the battery pack, and this will charge your AirPods. So there's a light indicator which indicates you should charge them. So then you put them into your ears, and you know, people say that looks stupid. Okay, I tell you, it looks stupid because it's new, okay? Because think about it, the other earpods, the corded ones, yeah, the wired ones, how stupid looks it that you have a wire like this? You're just used to see this picture having a wire, and now it looks like this and looks stupid. I understand this, and that it looked strange to me as well, but we have to get used to technology like this, okay? Many don't know yet, there's a microphone in there that you can actually talk to, you know, if you have a phone call or something like that, but you also can program a double tap on your ears. So if I double tap on my right ear, for example, I can program it that it should skip the song and go to the next song. But also you can double tap, for example, on the left ear, and you get connected to Siri. And then you can talk to Siri and tell her to take down the volume. And that's something people complained as well, because on the wired ones, you were able to just take down the volume. And they're also connected to Find Your iPhone. So you actually are able to detect where your AirPods are. Even if there's only one AirPod, you see them on the map and you can ping them. They make a noise where, you know, like Find My iPhone, where you can just let your iPhone ring or something like that. So you find it easier. It's the same thing with the AirPods. If I switch from iPad to my iPhone because I get a call or something like that, seamlessly you can switch with your earpods without taking them out to your other device and so on. It's really awesome. But now let's dive into what is actually in this bag. So bags like this just changed my whole organization thing. In my studio I have music going on, a lot of computer things and so on, loads of wires and cables going on. So I had to organize all the stuff. I started buying this bag for my iPad accessories, and then I bought actually some bags as well. So I will put the link as well in the description for these bags. And these are actually my wire bags, okay? Everything is in there. So I got also these that makes everything neat and nice. So that's just on the side. It's not about the iPad, but I'm just showing that it's really worth having these bags. Put it back and everything is clean. And now let's go into this accessory bag. Open it for you. And what we have in there, it looks a bit similar to the other bag, just a bit smaller. So I have actually a charging cable for my iPhone. I have a charging cable for the iPad Pro, which has a USB-C connector, so I have to wear around two cables. The thing is, the wire you get with your iPad Pro has two USB-C connectors on both sides. So I immediately bought a new cable which has a USB port there. Well, this allows me to avoid carrying around two chargers. All I need now is to use this iSmart charger by Rough Power, which has actually 3 USB connectors. So I can actually charge my iPad, I can charge my iPhone, I could charge my AirPods, for example, or I could charge my battery pack. And that's another thing. This is not just a battery pack. I showed you a video already about the battery pack I had before, and I just made a little upgrade here. It got solar panels, okay? And that's awesome. So you should be, yeah, exactly. When I hold it on the light, you can actually see, or maybe you can't see it. So you can actually see that the lights are on and it is charging just by the light in my studio already. And I think that's really awesome. And this way I never worry. Of course it takes a while until it charges up. It also got a flashlight as well with the SOS signal and so on. But I think this is really worth it. I don't need it very often because with everything on hand, you know, I can just charge it, but just in case I have it in the case. So what else I have in here? It's actually my earpods. So you might think, you're talking about AirPods and they're so awesome, why are you having your earpods? Well, I have them in there. I want to listen on a device I don't have access to Bluetooth or whatever, so I have this adapter here. So you see these are the typical earpods where you can just put into and listen to music without going through the lightning cable. This is just a backup. So I have one very important thing, especially for my day job. If I want to present anything on a big screen or a beamer or anything, I need to connect to HDMI. And therefore Apple offers an HDMI connector. That's really insane what they want to charge you for their adapter. That's really bad, because it's just converting USB-C, in this case it's for iPad Pro 2018, to HDMI. That's all this adapter does, but it was too expensive that it would be worth the price. So in this case it is much cheaper, this version from Hammer. I will also put the link into the description. It has HDMI, it has two USB 3 ports, and it has another USB-C port. Okay, so while you're connected to the screen, you still can add a USB-C connector to an external drive, and we come to this later as well. And that's another thing, if you connect to your USB-C port, usually you can't charge it in the same time. In this case you can, because there's actually an input for the power, so you can even charge your iPad while you're showing this, while you're connected to another USB-C device and so on. And I think for that it is much cheaper than the original USB-C to HDMI connector. This is a must-have accessory if you want to make presentations with your iPad Pro, or you want to connect several things or so. So talking about connecting a USB drive or something like this, here is a USB stick. I carry this around as well. The thing is, you can't connect the USB stick to your iPad directly, so it won't work. So what you can actually use, and that's what I have here, is also from Rough Power. It's such a wireless card reader thing. Okay, so what you can actually do with this, it works like a hub, and you can even connect it directly to the router. So for example, if you're in a hotel room where you only have wired internet, for example, you can connect this and it will work like a wireless LAN hub. Okay, so you can connect just in your settings to this device on your iPad Pro. If you want me to make a video about this in more detail, let me know. So you have actually a SD card reader, you have USB in here, and what you can now do is connect a USB stick or a USB hard drive or something like this with the app from Rough Power. You can connect to this device and download these files or upload files. It's working really nice. And then there's one more thing that's not directly for the iPad, but I'm still carrying it around, because if I'm giving presentations, something like that, and they miss to give me, you know, a laser pointer or to skip to switch slides and so on, I hate it to stand on the laptop and, you know, switch further and point with the hand and so on. I just wanted to be agile and walk around while I'm talking, you know, and make gestures and so on. So I need this if somebody forgot providing these things. So all it does, there's a USB connector, you just put it into the laptop where the presentation is on, and then you can just start switching slides, pressing stop button, and you have a laser pointer. That's it. That's everything it does, but it does it well. Okay, so that's that. That's what's in my wire bag here, my accessory bag. So the last thing I want to show you, it's also not really about the iPad Pro, but it's something I carry around all the time is this one. So it's not original Leatherman I'm carrying around here. It's something different, which has actually much more options than the original Leatherman. That's the reason why I bought it. So you can easily change it to different tools. And so many times I needed something, you know, a screwdriver or something like this. And the nice thing about this, let's just take this away. The nice thing about this one, which is not available in the original Leatherman, is in here. And I know usually moving parts are not good in these devices, but I really love it. You actually have screwdrivers, 2 different sizes for this one and 2 different sizes for this one. So we have these. So all you have to do then is just take this, put it on there, and then you have a screwdriver and you can actually work with it. So that's really nice if you're working a lot, you know, in technology. I really love it that I have this handy. So here is actually a meter where you can just measure things. So that's what I'm using actually. Let me know what else you are using. Maybe I missed an accessory that is really exciting and you want to let me know about. Just leave a comment below. If you're not already, I hope you subscribe and I can't wait to see you next time.